think everybody, I hope everybody knows who I am at this point. I think I've made myself pretty obnoxious for the whole thing so far. I want to, first of all, just welcome everybody here this morning. Welcome everybody to the meet and greet. This meet and greet has become kind of a tradition with us. It is sponsored and hosted entirely by the ship, by the Midway Museum. And I think for that, the Midway Museum needs to take a big hand. So I'm going to, we're going to start this trying to keep it more informal. I want to introduce our host and the man that put this whole process into motion about 18 months ago. The Admiral is the CEO, president of the Midway Museum, and has been an awesome supporter of all of the veterans, not just the Midway veterans, but all the Midway class veterans. So with that, let me introduce Admiral Mac McLaughlin.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to your hangar deck. Good morning. Especially a special welcome aboard to the former sailors of Coral Sea and FDR. It's wonderful to have you aboard. I know you probably wish you were aboard the ship you served on, but gentlemen, this is as close as you're going to get to doing that. Because unfortunately, as with most of our prolific aircraft carriers, they're now in somebody's razor blades as opposed to sitting on top of the ocean. So we really hope that you will consider the Midway part of your home team. The idea of this Three Sisters reunion, I think, is great. I'd love to see it grow. As you know, on these big old aircraft carriers, we have plenty of room for expansion, and because of the location we've been given in San Diego, we're really set up for long-term success, and we're going to be here if your grandchildren's grandchildren would like to come aboard and see where their great-great-grandfather served on an aircraft carrier. They will be able to do that. And that's a commitment from the crew here of the USS Midway Museum. We'll make sure that continues. We hold over 275 after-hour events a year. We could book more than that, but we give 50 of the nights to our overnight education group so they can have kids on board for overnight excursions. Otherwise, we could sell those nights too. It's a matter of balancing the success. Our education program started out as a concept to build a little elementary school program. We're now way beyond that with 55,000 kids coming aboard a year, and during all summer, teachers come from around the nation and even internationally to come learn about the Cold War here on onboard seminars. And just recently, we were approached at the collegiate level, San Diego State and University of San Diego, to create partnerships at the collegiate level. And it's very, very likely that your USS Midway will be teaming with San Diego State in helping to build their Center for Military History. Did you know you can't get a degree in military history on the West Coast of America? You have to go back to the heartland and some of the colleges and back to the East Coast. But out here on the West Coast, the left coast, military history is something for other people to take care of. While we enjoy the God-given freedoms that just come without any effort at all on your part. There's a new Center for Military History in combination with the USS Midway, and and we're going to probably endow their second chair of a professorship of military history to begin building their military history department so that young kids, and there's great interest in having a major in military, can join that. I just share that with you, that this is just a continuation of the growth of your museum. Right down there, as you walk past, you wonder what all those people are doing. They're building a virtual reality, and maybe they'll be done by the time your reunion is. If they are, maybe we'll get you a free ride, because you're going to be able to put on virtual reality goggles, headphones, and sit on a movable chair, and you are going to feel like you were in the cockpit of an F-18 coming up on the elevator, taxiing out to the catapult, shot off the pointy end, go into combat, do an air refueling, some operations, and come back and trap on board the USS Midway. It's going to be what we try to do here, which is take people who have none of your background. I'm saying this so that all you cantankerous old veterans that are going to come up to me after today and say, "Mac, we never had simulators on the hangar deck." This is about enjoining America that does not have your background to come aboard the carrier, and by the time they leave, have an appreciation for the service and sacrifice that all of you have put forth to ensure the freedoms that all of us take for granted and enjoy here in the United States of America. And to do that, it has to be family friendly. That's why that's going in. So don't be asking me about it after. So with that, welcome. It's your ship. We finally worked out the free admission, so if you want to come back, all you got to do is show your ID. You're here for the reunion. You get on board. Some of you had to pay yesterday, I'm told, initially, because we didn't have the word down. I'd like to personally thank you for your donation to the USS. It's a very, very worthy cause. And without further ado, I'd like to bring up really the individual who had my position. The truth is, I was very fortunate to retire in 2003 after the 10 years of hard work to get the Midway to San Diego had been completed. And as my wife has shared with me many times, once again, I just happened to stumble into a good deal, which she claims started when I met her. And it's very true. The second battle of Midway had already been fought. The Midway was birthed here at Navy Pier and really perched for future success, for me to come on board, develop a wonderfully talented staff, as you all are seeing. Most importantly, be in San Diego with a great corps of volunteers that have literally built this entire organization and run it on a day-to-day basis. But the man who was the executive director and chairman of the board for that entire battle was a man who believed very passionately that the USS Midway needed to come back to San Diego and be opened up as a museum. It was a former commander of the USS Midway, commanding officer in the 80s, and frankly, without his leadership, his desire, his can-do spirit, San Diego probably would have given up on the Midway. But he hung with it, he passed the baton to me, and I will forever be in the debt of Rear Admiral Riley Mixon.